Hi, welcome guys. Hope you are all doing alright. Just coming to do this video just to show you guys some spinning tricks, I guess, or just different ways of spinning with the different spinners. So just kind of like techniques that help you spin your spinner faster in one hand. So we'll go through this using the tri-spinner first, and then I'll show you with the dual spinner here. With the tri-spinner, it's a bit easier to do spins with this because there's 3 sides of the spinner, so it's easier to catch it each side. Now the first technique is if you're pinching it with your thumb and index finger, and so you would end up using your middle finger to give the spinner a flick. So the most common way of flicking it is just to push it forward, so it'd be like this direction, and this gives it a pretty decent spin up, as you can see. And slow this down. The other way of flicking it in this method is also to flick it backwards as well. So if you, rather than pushing it forward with your middle finger, you pull it backwards instead. But this way you have to make sure your fingers are out of the way as soon as you pull it back. So you basically put it back in this motion. So like that. And that gives it a good spin. This actually is a slightly faster spin than pushing it forward. So that way it is slightly slower than pulling it backwards like that. Cool, so that's one of the ways of doing it when you're pinching it. So the other way is when you're holding the spinner with your thumb and your middle finger, and you use your index finger to give it a flick. There's a few ways of doing this. The first way is just pushing it like forward like this, giving it a flick like that. So like this. It's not the fastest technique, and you can catch your finger on it quite easily if you don't do it correctly. Now the best way that I like to do it is to pull it back, flick it backwards. You give it a little push downwards towards your thumb, and then you flick it back. That gives it a decent spin. Cool, so these are the 2 kind of best techniques for giving your spinner a good spin. I would definitely prefer to flick backwards. Okay. Most people will probably be doing this front flick, because it seems to be the most natural way of spinning it up fast. Right, so let's have a look at the metal gold spinner. This one's a lot heavier, so it's a bit harder to spin up faster, but the spin times do stay for longer. Now this is again the natural way is to hold it with your thumb, index finger, and flick it forward. And that gives it a good spin. It's probably the fastest method for one hand spins. Now you can do the same and flick it backwards like this, but it's quite difficult not getting it caught in your fingers. But again, this is probably spins it faster than pushing it forwards. Now, if you're holding it with your middle finger, the best technique for this one, it can flick it forward like that, but you don't get much of a quick spin doing it that way. And it's not natural because you're using your nail to push it. So doing this technique, it's the same. You just pull it back and give it a good spin like that. This is probably similar speed to flicking it with your index finger. Cool, so I hope you guys enjoyed these techniques, and I'm sure you have your own techniques that you're most comfortable with. So enjoy your spinners, guys. Super fast. So fast you can't even see it.
Wow. It looks like 10 minutes though.
Yeah, mine's